Hello, everybody. It's Angela with Recrea Health and Wellness. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for being on here. I am glad you are here. Thank you, thank you. And welcome, welcome. All right, so today we are going to talk about GLPs and hormones and anything else that you guys want to talk about. So let's get started. I am thankful that you all are here. I am also trying to do something else while we're here, but give me a couple seconds. I might have to get Veronica in here. Um, so any questions? What do you guys have for me today? And we can definitely get started. I usually have my other page up as well, but I do not because I'd be getting in trouble on it. So I'm trying to not get in trouble on it, but it is on the page here. So if you could jot that down and please go follow that page as well, that would be fantastic. Actually, what is going on here? Because it looks like um, okay, yep, we're on the right one. I was questioning there for a second if I was even on the right account. I just wanted to make sure that I was on the correct account there for a second. All right. So, what questions do you guys have today? We can talk about anything and everything that you want to know about the GLPs. So, I'm just grateful that you're all here. Um, Really honestly, let's just start it off with constipation because that just seems to always be one of the biggest things that we need to talk about. So constipation is really honestly one of the biggest side effects that everybody tends to get, that besides nausea. But constipation is the biggest. So when you're dealing with constipation and the GLPs, what you really need to make sure is that you are taking your fiber. I honestly really like the fiber gummies. They're my favorite. Metamucil, there is the Mira fiber out that a lot of people have been talking about, which is fantastic as well. So I really like that one. You also want to take a probiotic. I really like the leaf air, but you can also take Zenwise, which is a really good one as well because Zenwise comes with digestive enzymes. So if you tend to have a lot of food that's sitting in your stomach, that's why Zenwise is a really good one as well. So then I also do the Mag 14 in 1, which is a really good one also. And the 14 in 1 really is, because a lot of you would say that Mag 07, but why take 07 when you can get 10 in 1? Plus, it's a gummy, which we all know I really like my gummies. So I would highly recommend that. Then the other thing that I would really recommend is Miralax. So if you're not moving your bowels daily, then taking Miralax. So that is what I recommend there as well. So that's about the bowels. So, definitely taking those is really important to make sure that you're moving those bowels daily. Then the other thing is, before we go any further, can everybody please share my live? And can you please make sure that you follow this page as well as my main page, which is Recrea Health. And we also offer free consultations. So if you're ever interested, if you ever have any questions, please reach out for a free consultation because we would love to talk with you. We do also sell the GLPs, but I don't care if you buy them from me. You can still do that free consultation anytime, and we would be more than happy to help you with any of that information. So anytime, just reach out. We are here for you. All right. So I see some of you are already following me, which is fantastic. And nobody has any questions yet, which is very unusual. And I do appreciate it. What can I use for hair loss? All right. That is another really big question. So thank you for asking that question. So what we do for hair loss is you have to make sure that you get your protein. Protein is extremely important. So what you need to do, women is about 100 grams a day. Guys is definitely 120 or more. But you also need to make sure that you're getting your collagen. So this one is one of my favorites, collagen wise, and I highly recommend this one. And it actually is one of the dermatologist approved as well. And then, so you get your collagen, you get your protein, and then if you're already kind of losing or you feel like you're going to lose, Nutrafol. So I really like the Nutrafol hair vitamins as well. And they are both available. If you DM me, I can help you with that. But protein and collagen are both extremely important. And I have not had any additional hair loss. I've always had thin hair, and that is how I have prevented it, is with the protein, collagen, and I take the Nutrafol on and off the hair vitamins, but that is extremely important. Our labs are $199, and that is actually a $900 to $1,500 panel. And what we do is we actually check 4 tests for your thyroid. We do 4 hormone tests. We check your iron, vitamin D, B12. We check a whole bunch of stuff for that $199. And it is really, really important. Somebody says, I like those Nutrafol as well, but they are so expensive. Our price is $210 for 3 months for the vitamins, and our collagen is $45 for a 30-day supply. So I really try to keep everything as affordable as possible. Our area, I've heard anywhere from $50 more to $75 more for the for 3 months of the Nutrafol. So I really do try to keep those prices affordable. So I really do try to keep that stuff a lot less expensive. So DM us if you want to. But I know it's expensive, but the reason is because it really does work. They have a 95% efficacy in actually being effective. So, I mean, you really, you get what you pay for. And, I say commit to at least 6 months. After 2 months, my hairdresser did see a lot of like little tiny baby hairs coming in. And it really does work. And everybody that I have had try it actually does say that it is very effective. So I do recommend it. And plus, there's a lot of like stress hormones. It has DHEA blocker in it, ashwagandha, curcumin. So it has a lot of other things in it that can help with other things going on in your body as well. So I do find that it actually does work, and it is dermatologist recommended. So just to let you know, but yeah, I mean, it is one of those things that definitely recommend. So hair loss, you definitely need to make sure you're getting your protein, and you need to make sure that you are getting collagen and then the hair vitamin. And there's a lot of different other hair vitamins out there, but a lot of times they just don't work as well. So that is a thing. But definitely, follow both of my pages. I do a lot of posts on my main page, but I do try to put them on this page as well. And, you can see what's going on. I am such a slow responder. Will something show in my labs as to why? Um, my main page is on the screen here. At Recrea Health is my main page. This is my backup page that you're on. I'm gonna not go live on my main page for a while because I've been getting in trouble and I don't want to lose my page. So just so you know, when you feel like you're a slow responder, there's a couple things that I would look at. First, I would look at the medication. I would look at the dosing, and I would look at the concentration. And a lot of times it can be hormonal, Tiffany, but also I think it can be the actual medication itself. I hear more people are slow responder name brand than compounded. Then if you are on compounded, then I would look at the pharmacy that you're on, and I would look at the concentration of what you're on, because a lot of times you're on a lower concentration. And so that's what I would try to figure out, because that's one thing I would look at. Second, I would look at your calories. 3, I would look at your BMI. 4, I would look at your protein. And then if you're looking at all of those things, then I would look at what's going on. Tiffany, I have heard some issues with that pharmacy. And I don't want to say the name, but I have had a few people here recently say the same thing, and I don't know why. But I do know that the concentration is lower than what I offer. Um, but I don't have any specific reasoning why. I think, and I just talked to somebody yesterday, and I think it was 12 milligram of 1 ml, but I'm not 100% sure. So you'd have to actually look at your vial. Ours is 20 milligram of 1 ml for T, and RS is 5 milligram of 1 ml. So you have to kind of look at that. But and our T is 450 for a month, and RS is 250. Or I'm sorry, 299. I'm sorry. Yes, Jose. I'm only live on the one page today. I'm not going to go live on my main page for a while because I keep getting in trouble, and I don't want to lose my main page. So that's why I'm only on the one page, because there have been a lot of people that have lost their pages, and I don't want to do that. So I've worked really hard on getting my main page to where it's at. So I really want to be careful. And that's why I'm only on the one page today. So I need everybody to please follow my main page, which is listed on the screen at Recrea Health, and follow this page as well. But please share both pages, and please share my live today. Yeah, Tiffany, if you want to go look and let me know, and I can help you with that. How can some pharmacies sell as lowest dose at, because what they're doing is they're doing a extremely low concentration, which we never do. Ours is always the highest concentration, and that is what we do, is we give you that high concentration all the time, the whole time you're doing it. And then you also need to look at, are they FDA regulated? Are they getting it from different countries? Is it say research only on it? You know, because they're getting it from different sources a lot of times. And then if it's, you know, I had somebody tell me that they were getting it for $50 less than what we charge, and it was 1 milligram per 1 ml. Now RS is 5 milligram per 1 ml. So you have to educate yourself. You need to really look at what you're getting, because when you aren't looking at it and you're not aware of the different concentrations, which I did a video on this on my Recrea Health page, and it is very interesting. So yeah, so you're right, Tiffany. You're getting 18 milligram per 1 ml is what I'm looking at. That's exactly right. So 36 milligrams slash 2 ml. So that's actually pretty good, but you're only what is your 10? Are you doing 10 units of that dose of the 18 milligram per ml? So Tiffany, can that question. So you're doing 10 units, I think is what you mean. So if you're doing 10 units, then you have a lot of room to grow on that. Oh, you're doing 61 units. So you still aren't at the top dose. So then I would reach out to them and I would find out what their suggestions are. But a lot of times you need to look at the BMI, because when you get in that 24.9 to 28, 29 BMI, then that is when it gets hard. It gets really, really difficult. And I just posted a video, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, and it kind of goes over all of that. Ah, oh no, you're still in that red zone on the BMI. So but you're getting close to that 29, it starts to get harder. It starts to get a little bit tougher. And that's when you really have to start looking at the calories. You have to start looking at the protein. So most women, and Tiffany, if you want a free consultation, we will definitely 100% give it to you. And I'm serious, it is free. You do not have to purchase anything from us, but what we will do is we will go over you individually, because you have to look at your calories. You have to look at, you know, your age, your weight, your height, your BMI, which you put that up there. Thank you for that. But there's a lot of individual stuff that we need to actually look at. And when we look at those things, we can give you more information. But labs can help, because sometimes you might be, maybe yours doesn't have B12 in it. Maybe it doesn't, I don't know what's mixed with it. The one yesterday had, I think hers had B12 in it from that pharmacy. I think it was B12, but hers was a different mix than yours is, because hers was actually 12 milligram. I think it was, or it was 17. So they must have different versions that they use. So what we can do is, what is it mixed with? We're actually white labeling our own. It's going to be called Recrea Burn, which is an energy support, immunity support, and a metabolism support. We should have that hopefully within the next few weeks, because it is amazing and it's going to help with that stall. So I think it's really important. My main issue is I'm a jugular juggler recently. I can't say the part of it. Up overnight within 13 to 1500. Okay. So what I would do is I would tighten the calories a little bit more. Most women are 13 to 14, okay? Typically. And you would say, "Oh, 100 makes that much difference?" It does. Protein is extremely important. Women need 100 grams a day, guys are 120. Guys sometimes need more. So the best way to figure that out is how many pounds of muscle do you have? And you're going to do 1 gram of, 1 gram of protein per pound of muscle. I had a whole bunch of numbers running in my head there for a second. Sorry. And that's where you get your protein. Then when you hit that stall, sometimes you have to really just kind of change up stuff. Don't ever do it on your own. Always only do it with a medical advice. Sorry about these weird colors on my face, these weird lights. It's really odd. There's a window over here in the corner, so it's making it weird. Yes, we do telehealth, and we can definitely help you. And anytime, just DM, and we can get you set up with that. What we do is we send you some intake paperwork, and then we do the telehealth visit, and we talk face to face. So we can absolutely help you with it. Why do some places put B12 in the S shots? So what had happened back in May when the FDA made the changes? Actually, we've always done compounded with B12 and B6. There was L-carotene for a while. There's glycine that you'll see. Some of the pharmacies were playing around with NAD for a while, and then that changed. And so it's just been different here and there. So it is when they made those changes back in May with the FDA, that's what kind of, they have to put something in it in order for it to be compounded. And that's what's made the difference. So really, that's the reasoning right there. That's the only reasoning why. Yeah. So if you're interested in the free consultation, like I said, I could care less if you purchase from us. Of course, I would love it, but you don't have to. You just DM us, and then we can get you set up with that. Please follow both of my pages. I have Recrea Health and I have Recrea Wellness. Please share my live. And I don't know how familiar you guys are with TikTok and how TikTok works, but hitting the hearts definitely sends this out to TikTok and the AI, and just starts pushing it. And then if you feel it in your heart that I'm doing a good job and you like what I'm saying, then you can hit the roses or any of those other gifts that you like as well. User, thank you. They said they have the shots without the B12. So which better? Okay. Great question. And actually, surprisingly, nobody has ever asked that before. And I've been doing these for months now. So when you're first starting, highly recommend that you do B12. And the reasoning is because the B12 we're all deficient in. We are all deficient in B12. And what B12 does is it's going to help you with the nausea, but it's also going to give you energy because we're all deficient in it. But what I highly recommend is that you will switch it up about 6 months in to whatever other option they have. So what we do is we'll start out with B12, and then in about 6 months we'll switch you to B6. Then we'll do that for a few months, and then we'll switch back to B12, because you can become toxic with those. Yes, they are water soluble and your body will dump it, but you can become toxic from having those. And that's usually like the very sensitive skin, or you can get a headache, or you can feel like you have like nerve crawly feelings. And what you want to do is switch it to something else. So a lot of the clinics, like myself, we have multiple options that we can do. So what we want to do is just kind of change it up a little bit. So we will do that, and it's a good idea to do that as well. But in the beginning, I almost always will put people on B12 and then switch it down the road to the B6 option. So it is really important to switch it off every now and then. So we are located in Medina, Ohio. I do have an actual physical clinic in Medina, Ohio. So you're always more than welcome to come here and visit with us. We absolutely love it. And you're welcome. Use our bunch of numbers anytime. So any questions are absolutely welcome. So anything that you want to know, you are more than welcome to ask about hormones or GLPs or weight loss. We are definitely here. Thank you, Mrs. V, for the roses. I think you did that yesterday as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Wow, you are amazing, lady. I absolutely love it. She just gave me 56 roses. You, Mrs. VG, yes, Mrs. VG, are phenomenal. And you joined my fan club, I believe. Oh, no, you gave me a heart, which is fantastic. And then yeah, Rod just gave me a whole bunch. You guys, I don't know if you know, but it really does make a difference, and it really makes the TikTok push this out, and it really does help me get more information out in the TikTok world. Sorry, that's Miss Luna. She had to announce to the world that everybody is that somebody left. she's such a good girl. But yeah, she had to announce to the world that everybody's gone, or somebody left. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. You guys are amazing, and I really do appreciate that. I was trying to set up a new goal here, but I don't know how to do it. But thank you. I really do appreciate it. Right, there we go. I think I did it. Confirm. Now I don't know how to get out of here. I am not tech savvy sometimes, guys. All right. I have pernicious anemia. Do you think that this could be a reason for a slow response? I actually, it might help it. I don't know. I've never seen any research on that. And I actually don't know. I've actually never heard of that on here. What are the benefits over B6 and B12? Actually, there aren't really, all the Bs are wonderful and you need them. We all become deficient in our Bs. And then especially with our diet, we notice a lot of deficiency in all of our B vitamins. And we need them all. So there's not really a benefit over one over the other. And I do highly recommend that you get both, especially if you have anemia. You need all of the Bs. Do you recommend the lipomino shots? I recommend not only with T, but with S, with all of them. We really like our lipomino shots, and we do a lot of them here. They're hard to do at home because they are intramuscular shot, but we really do like them. So if you are, okay, so somebody says mine is a 1 ml for 2.4. What does that mean? And I'm assuming you're talking about S. So so the 1 ml is the amount that you're giving. The 2.4 is the concentration that you're giving. Typically the 2.4, that is usually the pens, and that is the concentration. And what you do is our concentration is 5 milligram of a 1 ml. And so it is how much the concentration is in a 1 ml. So it gives us as the provider what you're giving and how to dose it is basically what that means. So yeah, we love the lipo shot, and what's super cool is the Recrea burn that we're going to have coming out within the next couple of weeks actually is very similar to the lipo shot, and it's going to be in pill form. And Veronica and I and a bunch of other people have actually done it, and it's very, very similar, and it's actually broken quite a few stalls, which is awesome because the lipo burn shot does the same thing, and so we're super excited about it. Should you also add B12 lipo shots when you're taking S, and what are the benefits? So if your SEMA or your S or your tea are pink, you need to be careful because you don't want too much B12, and you don't want to get from too many sources because you can get too much B12. So you have to be careful, and that's where your provider needs to be aware of everything that you're doing. So B12 is good for energy, it's good for nerve pain, it's good for, anemia, it's good for a lot of different things. But what you need to make sure is that you're not getting too much. A lot of times though, if you are getting too much, your urine turns a funny color, and that's just your body telling you, hey, you're dumping it and you've got too much. But that's what's cool about your body is it knows if you're taking in too much, and it's going to just dump it. So that's what's cool about B12 in your body, because our bodies are super smart, and it's just going to get rid of it. But we can take in too much, and our body will let us know, because your skin will become tingly, or you can get a headache or something like that. But that's where hydration comes in as well, because our bodies can flush it out. So you need to make sure that you're taking all of the things that you need to take, and make sure that you're drinking enough water to make sure you're passing all of that stuff through as well. So the lipomino shots have B12 and all of the other Bs in them as well. So you just need to be careful. So also just remember that here in a few weeks, and I will have videos and stuff posted as soon as it's available, we will have the lipo shot in a pill, and then you don't have to worry about the lipo shot. But you also want to make sure you're not getting too much B12 as that as well. Does that make you your L slower? No, it shouldn't. But if you don't have a proper nutrition and you're not getting your protein, you're not getting the right calories, your body won't let you L. Your body is going to make that stall, and your body is going to make it slower, because our bodies are smart. So if you're not getting your calories, if you're below that 1200, you won't L. And I've seen it so many times. I've had people like, I'm eating 800 calories, I'm eating 9, 10, 11, and they won't L. And as soon as I tell them, okay, let's try and get you to that 13, 1400, or guys, let's get you to 16 to 1800. And they do that for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they start L'ing. And it really does work. So you really have to kind of trust the system, and you have to try and trust your body, because your body will tell you. You hit that stall usually for a reason. And what you need to do is really trust your body and try to figure out, why am I not L'ing? And then do and give yourself a little bit more, because whatever you're doing isn't working, and that's your body trying to tell you, hey, it's not working. Does the lower milligram per ml cause you to lose less and slower? Yes, it can. Absolutely. Because you're not at the max dose. So if you look at 0.25 of, say, a 1 milligram versus 1 ml, and a 0.25, or let's say, 10 units of a 1 milligram / 1 ml, and then 10 units of a 5 milligram / 1 ml, which one has more? Or which one are you getting more meds of? The 5 milligram / 1 ml. So you're not getting as much medication in the one versus the other. And that's why they can charge you a lot less too, if you think about it. If you want to think of it as it's kind of watered down, then that's what you can kind of think of it like that. Hey, Britt, boy, I just saw your name, but I saw your name pop up there. But yeah, so if you think of it kind of like that, then it explains to you why you're not having as big of an L, and it's a lot slower. And that's mainly the reason, is because it's a less concentration. And that's why they can charge you a lot less too, because it's a lot less concentrated. Get your water. And, not just getting your water, you need to get electrolytes. So I have had people that are just water, but they're not getting their electrolytes as well. So what happens is they're getting dizzy, they're getting fatigued. So you have to make sure that you're getting your water and your electrolytes as well. So it's really important to make sure. Thank you guys for sharing the live, and thank you for following my pages. My main page is Recrea Health, and I'm not live on that page. I'm not going to be live on that page for a few weeks, just because because I've been in trouble on there and I don't want to lose my page. So that's why I'm live on my backup page. So I do have 2 pages. This is my backup page, and then Recrea Health is my main page. So please follow both pages. I do a lot of videos on my main page, and then I do transfer them over to this page as well. So just please watch, yeah, like both, follow both, and just please share this live. And definitely. Now I have noticed, and I don't know if any of you go live or not, but when I'm on my phone versus I have a studio computer, and I'm on my studio computer right now. So typically I'm on this page on my phone, and I get a lot more people on here viewing on my phone. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of testing on this, because right now there's not nearly as many people as there typically is, but whatever. And I don't know if you realize, but this is my picture in the background. That is me. Probably about 6 years ago, 7 years ago now. So I lived this journey with you guys. I am still on the meds. I'm currently on T, and I actually hit a stall for about 2 years, but I was comfortable with it. I was like, I'm okay with where I was at. And then I finally did the burn as well, and then I switched to T, and I was able to finally drop down my like 3 more, and I've been able to stay here now for about 3 months, and I'm totally fine with where I'm at. I'm taking 40 units of niacinamide T. What does that mean? Okay, so the niacinamide is a newer thing on the market that some of these pharmacies are trying. I actually haven't really found any research of giving that subcutaneous, which means in the adipose, that really makes a difference. I think it's just a way to kind of get around like the FDA, because it's just something new that's been within the last, I'd say, 6 months that I've seen it. Another easy way to say is NAD is what we've heard of it. But it really honestly is, sometimes it burns, from what I've heard from people saying. But the niacinamide part of it, we haven't seen any like benefits of it in the subcutaneous. So, but you're on 12.5, which is a lower concentration. Ours is 20 milligrams of 1 ml. So it's, you're on a lower concentration, but it all depends on how you feel and how you are doing. So, how have you done in the past 2 months is one question that I have for you. Jenny, 3rd shot of W, and I want to throw up. I'm bloated, burping so much. Any recommendations? Yes, Jenny. Nausea. First of all, you're only on your 3rd shot, so if you can, I would decrease the dose. Second of all, no simple carbs, okay? Simple carbs can cause the indigestion, the belching, the nausea. They can just make you feel bleh. So you really got to stay away from the simple carbs. The third thing I would highly recommend, there is a video that I did, and I think it's on this page, but you're going to have to go to my Recrea Health page, and you're going to have to find it there because that's where you can purchase it. But it's called No Bloat. It is digestive enzymes, and you need to get that because it will change your life. I have had where I've had the gas and just kind of like just my stomach just feels off, and I've done that No Bloat, and within 30 minutes, it's gone. And it will change your life. And the other thing is ZenWise has a probiotic with digestive enzymes as well. And I've done quite a few videos on, I think I did one yesterday. But it is amazing, and it will change your life. So you need to either get the No Bloat or the ZenWise with digestive enzymes and probiotics, because it's absolutely amazing. The other thing that you need to do is take Metamucil gummies. Everybody should be on fiber. Fiber is a game changer, because fiber just helps keep everything moving, keeps your bowels moving every single day, which is really important as well. But if you're having a lot of nausea can be it shouldn't be normal, but it should only last for a day or two. But if you're getting those simple carbs, it's definitely going to be a problem. So you need to avoid all simple carbs. So Miss VG, if you're down that much, that's pretty darn good. So I guess it's working for you. Um, and yeah, would you, oh, you put asterisk burp. Okay, so yeah, burping is typically because of simple carbs, typically. So what you need to do is make sure you're staying away from the simple carbs. Simple carbs are anything processed to be white sugar, flour, pasta, rice. Jasmine, basmati are your naturally in the earth white. So those are complex carbs. Simple carbs are your processed white. So stay away from those, okay? Those are not good for you. They will make you miserable. Plus, they caused this. So we need to stay away from them. So bakers. So if I'm looking at this correct, this is the lower dose, TB6, 1.5 milligram. Wow, that's got a lot of different stuff in there. So um, that is, I don't know. Okay. If that's the dosing that you're doing, 1.5, then 3 milligrams, 6 milligram, 9 milligram, yes, that is your increase. I think that's what you mean is you're increasing every 4 weeks at that dose. But I don't know. There's another way of, okay, so here you go. 15, okay. That doesn't really tell me how many milligrams per ml. That's just showing your dosing. So that is okay, but it still doesn't say how many milligrams per ml for concentration. So if you're trying to get me to know what concentration you're on, that doesn't help. Jazzy J, sometimes when I eat, I automatically get heartburn. That is simple carbs typically. So a lot of times those simple carbs will definitely cause that. And no, it's not normal. It's not a good thing because that can irritate your stomach lining. That can irritate your esophagus. So you really want to try to avoid that. So what I would do is try to avoid the simple carbs. Always have Tums around. And then you could do the digestive enzymes. That can help you. So what you want to try to do is really avoid those simple carbs. I'm telling you, they're not good for you. They can be really bad things. So, but what you really need to do is make sure that you are eating the right things, and then digestive enzymes can really help you as well. Um, Hey, don't be mean to Jazzy J. Heartburn is not normal and you should try to avoid it. Really, honestly, because it can do bad things to you. It's not a good thing. So, really try to stay away from those simple carbs. And, you could do omeprazole, you could do Nexium, you can do Pepcid, you can do any of those over the counters if you want to. Really, honestly, if you avoid the simple carbs, you can stay away from the indigestion and the heartburn. These meds are notorious for causing those, though. So that's where the digestive enzymes come in. And I just found a digestive enzyme for the guys as well. So the main ZenWise has girly health in it, and the guys don't want that one. But there is another ZenWise that you can take also. You're welcome, Jazzy J. Absolutely, you're welcome. Anytime. Okay, any other questions? I'm actually keeping up on the questions today, but typically we're close to 200 people on here. All right. Okay. I got rid of Brian Jason. I don't know why he was deciding to be mean. That's not nice. Will Benefiber work too? Yes. Yeah, you're right, Miss G. Miss BG. Yup, you blocked. We don't need no nasty negatives in here. That's for darn sure. Okay. Will Benefiber work? Yes. I like gummies. So when there are gummies, I will definitely do gummies before I will do any of the powders. I don't like the capsules because they don't tend to work as well. So I will do the gummies any day, and I love gummies, everything. So I will do gummies because they make me think I'm getting gummy bears. So I think I'm currently taking 4 or 5 different gummies now. So I will definitely take a gummy any day. It's what I have been trying to remember to use. Yeah, Jenny, if you want to take that one, you are more than welcome. But I take Metamucil gummies, I take Leaf Air gummies, I take the Mag 14 in 1 gummies, and oh my gosh, I might have to have Veronica bring it in here. We found metabolism support gummies that are apple cider. Oh my goodness, these things are amazing. So I think she has a patient in there right now, but they are so good. They are absolutely amazing. They have B12, chromium, and apple cider in them, and they are delicious. And Veronica and I are like, man, we wish we could eat the whole bottle. But they are really good. And I actually did a video on those, I think on Sunday. But I would highly recommend getting those. And they give you energy and they're delicious. So they're by Ollie. Oh, and I'm taking the Ollie sleep gummies. So that's a bunch of gummies, and I feel like I'm eating a whole bunch of gummies, but they all taste good. Been hearing about creatine monohydrate. Yes, if you are going to the gym, then you definitely want to take creatine. Even if you're just going to, I love the Ollie gummies. They are phenomenal. But if you're going to the gym, you want to take creatine. So what creatine does is it actually makes your workout more effective. So what it does is it improves your workout so that your heart rate increases, you actually sweat better, so your workout becomes more effective. It's going to produce lean muscle easier, and you are going to notice that your overall workout is just more effective. So I do have Bloom has a really good creatine monohydrate as well. And as long as you have a good kidney function and you're drinking your water, and you could take creatine, and it is actually amazing, and it does great things for your workout. So I would really say yes. Veronica, can you bring in those Ollie apple cider? I think I put it in my purse. You're only supposed to have one a day. Actually, we should look at that label and see if we can eat more a day, because they're delicious. I know, that's what I was saying. We would eat the whole thing if we could. These things are phenomenal, guys. They are really good. They're metabolism gummy rings. And they're like eating little gummy bears. How many does it say we can eat a day? Yeah, it's 1 gummy a day. Dang it. Because they're delicious. We really like these, but their metabolism support and lean muscle mass support. But it's apple cider vinegar, vitamin B12, and chromium. But yeah, they're really good. So we highly recommend. Veronica and I wish we could eat more a day. So there you go. We like the gummies. Absolutely. Absolutely delicious. Um, yeah, so but Ollie, they tend to be a little bit more, but what like this one there's 45 in here. And then I noticed with my sleep ones, there was more than 30 days in it as well. So I do recommend them. And everything that is on my Recrea Health page that I do promote and I do have available, I have tried personally, and I won't promote it if I haven't tried it and I don't actually do it myself. And it is all supportive of the GLP. And hey, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, and I'll be posting a video later, hopefully today, but just yesterday, FDA released that the study that was done 20 years ago stating that hormones will give women cancer was completely debunked. Every black box warning was removed that hormones will give women cancer. completely gone, that it was completely wrong. And for 30 years now, that they have lied to us and told us that that is completely wrong, that that study was wrong. And I will have a video. I actually have the information, the FDA, FDR coming up and saying that that was a completely wrong study, and that we do not get cancer from hormones, and that is actually the exact opposite, that it prevents us from getting prevents us from getting cancer. So if you have ever been worried or concerned about getting cancer from hormones, you need to reconsider, because it is absolutely the exact opposite. I've been on hormones for 4 years now, and it has been absolutely life changing. Somebody said their mom suffered horribly. My mom fortunately didn't have any problems, but my mom was telling me that for years, every day, she would go out and sit on a rock in the front yard and just cry every day. And that's horrible. And I see videos all the time of women just saying how miserable they are. Do you know, I don't know if there's a study or not, but I wonder how many divorces actually happen because of women just so miserable, and then they make their marriages so miserable, and then they end up with the divorce because it's just, the hormones are so out of whack. I would imagine that it happens so often because it's just, they're just miserable. And yeah. And then I would imagine men go through hormonal changes as well. And we do hormones for men and women. So we do that as well. We take care of hormones for men and women. So I would highly recommend that, you look into that for yourself. I'm in perimenopause, my poor hubby. I started at 35 and I'm 51 now. And they just looked at me like I was crazy at 35. They're like, "Oh, you're too young. There's no way. There's no way you're going through that. Oh, your hormones are fine. Your labs are fine. You're fine." So I actually do the pellets, and I do the pellets here in my office. And that is, they're phenomenal. But what we do out and about, outside of my clinic, is the creams, and they are phenomenal. So what kind of hormones do you take? I actually take all three. I do testosterone, and I will tell you, when you get your blood work, make sure they check your testosterone, estradiol, and if you want, your progesterone. But so I'm going to tell you something here in a second. They gave me bioidentical hormone cream, and was so tired. Okay, here's your hormone lesson, and this is for men and women. When you get your hormones checked, always have them check your testosterone levels. Almost every single woman over the age of 40, testosterone is less than 12. What we do, I follow the BIOTE program. And what we do is we try to get, for women, your testosterone 150 to 250. Guys is 1100 to 1400. Somebody just said their testosterone is 22. Mine was 12. Okay. Almost every woman is like 20 or under. Okay. You want women 150 to 250, guys 1100 to 1400. Okay. Estradiol is almost always low as well. But what a lot of places will do, the only thing they're going to do, they don't even check your blood work. They just ask you what's your symptoms, and then they give you a patch of estrogen or estradiol if you're lucky, and they will put the patch on. Then they won't even, that's it. They don't even check your testosterone, and then that's all they do. Okay, if you have a uterus, okay, so guys, this isn't you, but if they have a uterus, and you get estrogen, you haven't had your cycle for a while, then you need progesterone. Because if you get the estradiol and you don't get progesterone, you're going to have bleeding. Okay, so you have to have those two together if you have haven't had a cycle, or you have a uterus. So because if you don't, you're going to have breast tenderness and you're going to have bleeding. So if you get testosterone, everybody doesn't necessarily need estradiol. But what we do is we take your labs, we take your questionnaire with your symptoms, we put that in a computer program, and then it gives me your dosing. That's what I love about what we do. It's not just, oh, here's your symptoms, oh, here's your blood work. It actually puts the two together, and then it tells me what you need. And that's why I like what we do. So you can go and look at, I can just DM me and I can help you with figuring out what to do. But it is important that they look at all of it, because it's not just, we're not all the same person. We're all very different and unique. So we all need to be treated very differently and uniquely. And, I'm different from each and every individual of you, and you are all each different from each other. So that's what's really important, is how, we are treated very differently. And that's the same with the GLPs. Everybody is so different. And yes, at 36, Jose, definitely you should be checked. Guys should be checked even younger than women, because women, we can't be checked because we still, when we're of childbearing years, you can't do the hormones because, we still might want to have kids, God forbid, but, that we can't do hormones until later in life. But guys, you can get yours checked younger, definitely. But, unless you still want to have kids, Jose, at 36, I don't know, you may still want to have kids, but you need to, yes, get it checked. Absolutely. I checked my son, who at the time he was like in his early 20s. We couldn't do hormones for him, but he was young and he was playing football, college football. And we just wanted to check because he's like, I can't gain weight. I can't gain muscle. I can't, what's the problem here? So what we did is we checked him, and he was in his 200s, even, playing college ball, never did any steroids at all. The kid was always eating clean, doing everything he was supposed to do, but his hormone levels were extremely low. So it's crazy. It's really crazy. Jose said, oh, dang. I didn't know that. Nah, I don't have kids and I don't want any. But yeah, it is. Yeah, because when you do hormones or do testosterone, it can decrease the sperm count in guys. So that's why a lot of times, you got to be careful with the guys. And then women, it can affect fertility. So you don't want to do hormones as well. But I have actually been treating and taking hormones as well for the past 4 years, but I'm 51. So, I'm full on through it. But everything that I talk about and everything that I do, I actually do to myself, or I do to my family. So that's why I love what I do. I don't just sit here and talk and tell you guys stuff. I actually live it, breathe it, live the journey with you, and then I educate you and I teach you. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm actually giving you my life journey. So I actually am here with you, living and experiencing it with you. So it's not that I'm just repeating and regurgitating things that I've seen in a book. I actually am here giving you my information. So thank you, Jose. Thank you. I do try to educate you guys. That's what I'm doing. So Jen 83, thoughts on compounds. I only deal with compound. So I've had people leave from compound and go to name brand because say their insurance will cover it, and then all of a sudden the insurance is like, oh, we're not covering it anymore, and then they'll come back to compound. And they have personally told me that my compound is better than what they got from their doctor or name brand or whatever. Or, they were able to get it cheaper from a different compound, and then they came back and they're like, oh, your compound is definitely different and better. Or they got sick wherever they went. And I'm not going to name anywhere that they went and they got sick because they actually told me where they went. And, but I've used the same pharmacy for 4 years. I've actually considered other pharmacies, or maybe my pharmacy doesn't go to a certain state or something like that, and I've actually used different products, and our product is good. RS is $2.99 in most states. RT is $4.50 in most states. And we can cover 47 states. And I actually do have somebody else that I can use now that uses the same pharmacy that goes to the 3 states that I don't go to. So we are able to take care of it. But if you just want a consultation because you don't know or you're not getting answers from wherever you're getting it from, we do that as well. So we can educate you, we can teach you, we can help you understand what's going on. So please reach out. We are here for you. Please share my live. Please follow both of my pages. I'm not going live on my main page for a while. I need to let it simmer because I don't want to lose that page. But I do a lot of videos on that page. I do have a lot of products that complement the GLP journey. And like I said, I use all of the products, or I've tried all of the products. So I do highly recommend that you give them a try, or they support different things. A lot of times it's constipation, because that is the main issue with using any of the compound or any of these meds, any of the GLPs, is constipation. Nausea is typically only normal day 1, day 2. If there's going to be a side effect for the stomach, I'm going to get it because I always just had a sensitive stomach and sensitive bowels. And, but it's not a normal thing that you should be getting, nausea and constipation. You have to be proactive and you have to do things to try and prevent those things. So I do highly recommend that you are careful and you're doing the things to prevent that stuff. Typically, simple carbs, stay away from them. Digestive enzymes are fantastic as well. That's me back there. And, definitely don't want to ever go back there. I will be on these for life. Absolutely 100% will be on them for life just because they are phenomenal. I have nausea every day. This is my 7th month. Okay, decrease your dose. You may want to consider talking to your provider because it's not normal. You should not be nauseous every day. Look at what you're eating. Are you moving your bowels every day? Are you getting enough calories? Are you eating the wrong things? Stay away from those simple carbs because nausea is not a normal thing. You should not be getting nauseous every day. I would consider decreasing the dose because your dose may just be too high. Or, really looking at what are you eating because you could possibly just be getting the wrong types of foods or not enough food. Because a lot of times I've noticed, I'm just getting busy or whatever, and I'm just not getting enough. And that's my body telling me, hey, you need a little bit more there, sister. You better try to get a little bit more. So, you have to look at those things too, because a lot of times, it's your body is super smart and it will leave hints that you're not doing things the right way. And nausea can be one of those ways. So you just definitely want to make sure that you are feeding that fire. Any recommendations for the first day or the day before? Eat clean. So, first of all, the things that you should be doing every day. Bowel movement every day. If you're not moving your bowels every day, then your GI system is not moving effectively. And that's a problem. So that means you need to get those probiotics. You need to make sure you're on a digestive enzyme and you need to make taking your fiber every day. And then if you're still not moving your bowels every day, you can do the magnesium 14 and 1, which I really like. And then you need to take Miralax every day. Then the other thing is the day before or the day of, and for like 2 days after, no simple carbs. Just stay away from them. Make sure you're getting your vegetables. Make sure you're getting your protein. I tell people that first month, and if you've never done this, I highly recommend everybody doing this. If you've never really done this for a month, you really need to do this. Really pay attention to your brain telling you you're not hungry, you're not craving for at least 1 month. Then what you really need to do is you really need to concentrate on your protein. I don't want you worrying about the calories. Concentrate on getting that protein, your hydration, and listening to your brain. Because if you haven't done that, then you really haven't concentrated on how these meds work. And concentrate on the fact that you can't eat as much because your stomach is shrinking. So you really need to spend that month learning and breaking the habits. You have to do that Because if you don't, you're not breaking the habits and you're not learning to pay attention to the brain and reprogramming your brain. Because your brain is reprogramming and you have to learn to break that habit, because if you don't, then you really aren't, learning anything different. Because gastric bypass will go in and shrink your stomach, but it doesn't do anything for the brain or the insulin resistance. So, what this is doing is actually giving you that gastric bypass in a shot. So, it's going to shrink your stomach over time, but you are getting the opportunity to change your brain. So, your brain is going to start telling you, hey, you're not hungry, you're not craving. And it's going to fix that insulin resistance. So, what that means is it's going to change the way your body is processing your blood sugar. It's going to get that blood sugar out of your system better, and it's going to help your insulin work better. So when it does that, now your hormones and your system, so all of your hormones, all of your thyroid, your hormones, your thyroid, your cortisone levels, everything is going to start functioning better. So everything in your system is going to start working better. Your heart, your nervous system, your kidneys, your liver, they just found, is everything is going to start working better. But if you don't start changing your habits, if you don't start listening to your brain telling you you're not hungry, you're not craving, and you don't do the things, the protein, the hydration, the meds aren't going to work. They're not magic. You have to put in that work. You have to put in you have to do something yourself. So that is what's important. So you need to do everything. You need to do some stuff yourself. Yes, everybody thinks, oh, it's just magic, it's going to do it, but it's not just magic. You actually have to do some effort in there too. And that's why when I educate people, when we start these, that first month is so important, because you really are going to notice some changes. But if you don't sit back and listen to those changes, you're not going to like reprogram yourself, and you have to really reprogram yourself. Does that make sense? I know I went on a soapbox there, but nobody was asking questions. So if nobody's asking questions, then I can go on a soapbox. So thank you, Bakers06. You made me go on a soapbox. And actually, I think I'm going to do a video on that, because I really think that's a good point to get out there, because I don't think enough people are given that information. Because when I'm doing my teaching and educating, that's what I'm really making a point of telling people, is you really have to spend that first month listening and breaking those habits. Because I didn't look like that, not being a very habitual person and not worrying about food. I was obsessed. And you know what was crazy, and I tell this all the time, is when I was, before all of this, what I would do is I would wake up in the morning, eat breakfast, regardless if I was hungry or not. Then I would sit there and I would think, while I'm eating breakfast, sitting there thinking, okay, what's for breakfast? And then I would sit there and think, oh, or what's for lunch? Then I would say, oh my God, I have a meeting at 11. So I better eat before lunch, or I better eat before my meeting, because that meeting is going to go to 1. And if it's going to go to 1, I'm not going to have time to eat. Oh my God, I'm going to be ravenous by the time I get out of that meeting. And I can't have that happen, because I'm going to sit there so obsessed about what I'm eating afterwards. So I better eat before. And then what am I going to have for dinner? Oh my gosh. Oh, what is my snack going to be? So I'm like, was constantly just, obsessed about it. And it was insane. And I just was like crazy, and I couldn't do it. And so this has totally changed everything. I had a shake this morning. I'll have a shake when I'm done here. And I mean, it's almost 2 o'clock. I haven't even worried about it. And actually, I'm not even hungry right now. And it just is insane. And it's like a totally new person to me. And I think about how I was before, and it's amazing to me. Just ordered from you again. I can't tell everyone how awesome this program is. Thank you so much, Karen. It really, honestly, we are your biggest cheerleaders or we're your biggest drill sergeant because I am a Navy corpsman. So I did go through the military. So if you need me to be your drill sergeant, I can be that too. But we are here for you all the time. We're a text away. So, anytime you need us, we're there for you. And, we do live it with you. So, how many calories you have a day? You're doing wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Monique. So, I typically get about 13 to 1400 calories a day. Both of my shakes are right around, I'd say, 3 to 400. Both of my shakes are right around 40 grams of protein. And then I typically eat dinner with the family. So, so I allow dinner to be probably, so if it's 400, that's, let's say, yeah, so I'd say they're about 300 each. So, 600. So then I allow dinner to be around 700. So yeah, somewhere around in there. So about 13 to 1400 calories a day is what I eat. And I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. And like I said, I'm 51 and I can't say, actually, I could probably put it in here. This is my height. Actually, I'm going to try clearer graphics. And this is what I was this morning. So that I came out of the military a little bit lower than that. And I feel great now. And I am very happy with where I'm at. Now, I have had multiple surgeries because in that picture, I'm 20 less than my highest in that picture. And I am 0 less than my highest now. So I live it with you guys. I have been bad. Yeah. So, I know what you're going through and I am here for you, so yeah, anything you need, if I haven't done it all, but I've done a lot of it. My mom reminded me the other, I think it was Sunday. She said she remembered me doing 800 calories a day for months. And she said that she remembered me being so sick and she was really worried about me when I was doing that. But we do the weirdest things to ourselves when we are miserable. And the reason I remember why I did that to myself, it was my ex, because he made fun of me. And I was just, I was like, all right, fine, and it's crazy how we let those influence us in our lives. And I was just trying. I was like, fine, I'll get it off. And I did it the most unhealthy way that I could. Yeah. And it was, so, oh, Roman, that's insane. Wow, Roman. So you continued the L even though you had to come off, because that's pretty impressive, Roman. So I can't read his numbers because I get in trouble. And Veronica just put up, what state is everyone from? So if you want to throw that in the comments, that would be awesome. Roman, I'm impressed, man. I am super impressed. So Roman, if you need help, just let us know. But Baker's is in Ohio. Is that you, Megan? Minnesota. Yeah, guys, throw where you're from in there because we're in Ohio. We're freezing. I'm sure up in Minnesota you're freezing. But yeah, definitely throw where you guys are from. The other thing that we like to see is, oh, Crystal, you're down in a warm state. We don't like you. All right, somebody's from, we got Callie in the house. Roman, you do need help, so DM us. We can definitely help you. And I always tell people, even though a lot of people are like, oh, tea is so fantastic, it's like the greatest thing on the face of the earth, I think that's media. I really do. We have had a lot of, Georgia's freezing. Oh my goodness, you guys are probably at 38 degrees, think that the end of the world's coming down in Georgia. Oh my goodness. Okay, but what I tell people is S is really good. S is definitely something that I would highly recommend that you try because it's a lot less expensive and it honestly is really good. It really on they have very similar side effects. They work very similar, and I think a lot of times it's the media that has really made a difference and the marketing that has made such a difference in it. So I would really encourage you, like Roman, that you try S. Like with us, it's $2.99. But it might be something that you could consider. We do have financing, so it might be something. Um, I do need help. I need my neuropathy medicine, but I don't have health insurance now. Okay, Roman, reach out. We could figure out something, some way to help you, hopefully. I take hydrocortisone and levothyroxine, start at W, and have severe constipation. Okay, constipation. We always talk about poop on here. All right. Let me get my serious face back on. Okay, just kidding. All right. You have to take, yep, there we go. We're going to talk about poop. All right, there's tons of videos out there on my page, especially the Recrea Health page about poop. All right, so, and did you know that on TikTok there's a hashtag poop, but there's not a hashtag constipation? I just thought I'd throw that out there to you. Okay, so what I always tell people, you have to do Metamucil gummies. One, they taste good, but there's mirror fiber gummies now. I guess they taste good too. I haven't tried them yet. I'm gonna try them after I use up these ones. All right. So the second thing is I like Leaf Air. It's gummies as well. I like my gummies. Then there's Mag 14 in 1. They're gummies too. As you can tell, I like my gummies. Then Miralax. Okay. First of all, you need to get going. So Miralax is the best to get going. If that doesn't work, then you need Senna Plus. And I don't have it in here. But be careful with Senna Plus because it is very serious and it will get you going. Or if you can't get that right away, then Docalax is another one that's really good. So what you need to do is get going. Then you need to start the other 4 that I said. So Metamucil gummies, Leaf Air, or you can do the ZenWise, which is a really good one as well. And the Metamucil you just need to get, but the Leaf Air and the Mag 14 in 1 and the Senna Plus are all available on my Recrea Health page. But the 3 that you need to take every day are Metamucil, Leaf Air, and the Mag 14 in 1. Then you can do the Miralax every day if you need to. I used to have to use Miralax every day with the Metamucil. Once I started Leaf Air and I started the Mag, I don't have to take Miralax every day anymore. Digestive enzymes are phenomenal. Phillips magnesium or Milkamag is also really good as well. So you can do all of those things. But what I would suggest right now is if you haven't gone for 3 to 5 days, then you need to get Docalax. Okay? Docalax will definitely get you going. Read the box and do what it says on the box. All right? Cvez, I think is how you say that. But then once you get going, what's going to happen though is if you take the Docalax, it's going to give you diarrhea. Depends on how many days you haven't gone, then you may need to do an enema. If you get lower left quadrant pain, you need to go to urgent care. Okay. Cvez, how many days has it been since you've gone? That's a good question. Please answer that. Digestive enzymes are fantastic. Okay, 3. So Docalax should work for you. No, Jenny, I am not on both accounts because Recrea Health, I'm afraid I'm going to lose that account. So I'm going to not go live on it for a while because I got in trouble yesterday. I got a violation. So if you get too many violations, they can cancel out your account. And I don't want to get canceled or lose my account. There have been a lot of people that have had their accounts canceled. So, or they delete their account. And I've worked really hard on that other account, so I don't want it canceled. So I'm just going to be on this one for a while, but please follow both. And I will I'm always doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, but I will post a video. Like, say, if I could do come tomorrow, I will post a video on that account when I'm going to be live on this account so that everybody knows. But if you follow both pages, then you should know when I'm going live because I'll put it up on both pages. What are suggestions for nausea? So nausea is not a normal thing. You shouldn't have it more than day 1 or 2 if it is from these medications. So first of all, if you can, decrease your dose. Second of all, look at what you're eating. So if you are eating simple carbs, you need to look at those. The puppy is asking to go potty. So if Veronica doesn't get off the phone soon, I'm going to have to get off of here. But nausea is definitely, you need Zofran. So I would definitely ask your provider for Zofran. And decreasing the dose a lot of times is what you really need to do. And look at what you're eating. Also, digestive enzymes could be really important for that. Marie, headaches are not normal, but you need to look and see, make sure you're getting your protein, make sure you're getting calories. Have your provider check your blood sugar, check your heart rate, check your blood pressure. Because if you're getting headaches, it could be, usually it's the calorie and it's your blood sugar because you're not eating enough. Or it could be dehydration as well. So you need to check those 3 things to make sure that you're getting enough hydration, calories, and your blood sugar isn't dropping. Because you definitely don't want to get dehydrated. So it could be any of those things. All right, guys. So I am going to finish up. I am almost at 15 or an hour and 15 minutes. But what I would like to finish with is, you are very welcome. What I would like to finish with, and while I'm finishing, hit those hearts, please. What I would like to say is our S is $2.99, our T is $4.50, and that is in most states. If you would like a free consultation, please reach out. Please follow both accounts. If you screenshot this, you will have my other account information, which is at Recrea Health. And you can always follow me. You can always DM. We do definitely do the free consultation. There's no strings attached, I promise you. And I am always on here Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays during the day sometimes. And I'm just here to teach and educate. That's really honestly all I'm here for. And I just want you to be safe on these. I just want to make sure that you are getting the proper education. I want to make sure that you are happy, healthy, and, we do have an affiliate program. So anybody you refer to us, you get $30. You don't have to be a patient here. So just DM us and then you can get set up with that just by DMing me. And I am very thankful for all of you. You have an absolutely wonderful day. I will see you. I might see you tomorrow because my husband did take a job. And if you would like to, I might be here tomorrow because I might get bored. So thank you very much. You guys have an absolutely amazing day. Check out all the products on my Recrea Health page. They are all, again, very supportive to the GLP process. And you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Thank you so much for being with me. And I absolutely love you. I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye. All right, Lunars, you got to go potty. You got to go potty? Come on. know where I'm gonna poop.